The game live. We're coming to you tonight from Stamford Bridge, London, for a game of real importance. Chelsea, who haven't won in 3 Premier League games, against Manchester United, who have only picked up 4 Premier League points since the turn of the year, including a 2-0 defeat to Burnley. This really is a top quality game in the making, and I think it's going to be an absolute humdinger, and you're more than welcome to join us live here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. Last minute change of plan this afternoon. The notes have been done, everything has been done. Just a little point about Manchester United before we carry on with the build up to tonight's game. Kick-off just less than a quarter of an hour away, in fact 12 minutes away from kick-off here at Stamford Bridge. Manchester United are wearing some sad news to bring you from Manchester United. In fact, the 1958 Munich disaster survivor Harry Gregg has sadly died, aged, I think it was about 80, in his mid-80s. In fact, I'll tell you, I'll give you a little tribute. I'm going to pay my own tribute to Harry Gregg, who in fact saved a lot of people in that Munich air disaster, which claimed the lives of several Manchester United supporters. A very big hero in that Munich air disaster back in 1958. So let me read out. So real sad. So Bobby Charlton has led the tributes to Harry Gregg. Gregg passed away on yesterday, in fact, at the age of 87. And Bobby Charlton, Sir Bobby Charlton, paid an emotional tribute to his Manchester United teammate. Charlton, who survived the Munich air disaster back in 1958, when Gregg himself pulled him and other passengers from the plane's burning wreckage. Charlton went on to say, "I was proud to call him a teammate," said United and England great Bobby Charlton. Gregg rescued United teammates Charlton and Dennis Violet from a BAA Flight 609, as well as a 20-month-old baby and her badly injured pregnant mother. And of course, speaking to the Manchester United website, Charlton added, "Lady Norma and I are deeply saddened to hear the passing of Harry Gregg. For all the matter-of-fact things Harry said that night about that night in Munich, for me he'll always be remembered as an heroic figure. It's incredible to think that he went on to play in a match against Sheffield United 13 days after that tragic night." A shining light, both on and off the pitch. For so many reasons, he deserves to be remembered as one of the greatest names in Manchester United's history. Harry will be deeply missed, and our thoughts are with his wife Carolyn and his family at this very sad time. An emotional tribute to Harry Gregg there, and there's more on it from Alex Ferguson. More tributes. Former Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson said he was deeply saddened by Gregg's death. "Harry was a man of great character and a true legend at our club," said Sir Alex. "I remember that he was always excited and proud to host our youth team at his boarding house for the Milk Cup in Northern Ireland." That's the youth tournament for every summer, so he can recount tales of his playing days. "I loved his company and many pieces of advice he gave me. My thoughts and prayers are with Caroline and his family at this very, very sad time." Sammy McIlroy, of course, paid another tribute. Ex-Manchester United star and Northern Ireland boss Sammy McIlroy said Gregg's actions during the air decision summed up the man. "He was a fantastic goalkeeper, brave as a lion and brave as a lion off the field as well," said McIlroy, going into the burning wreckage and pulling people away from it. Rio Ferdinand has tweeted as well, "Huge part of the club's history, never forgotten, thank you," with a love heart. Harry Gregg, of course, picked up an OBE. McIlroy, who was legendary manager to Matt Busby's last signing as manager in 1969 before he stepped down from the job. Excuse me, I'm sneezing tonight. Was at the club until 1982, and his time at United included a period when Gregg was the club's goalkeeping coach. He was a goalkeeping coach under Dave Sexton. "He always had something to say about our performances," McIlroy said. After working with the goalkeepers, he joined in the lads in 5-a-side games. McIlroy's subsequent managerial career included a 3-year stint in charge of Northern Ireland and Greg was never short of a word of advice to the then national team boss. He would come to the hotel, McElroy recalled. It would start with a cup of tea and a chat. And the chat would go on for 2 to 3 hours. It was very hard to get rid of him. After the game, he'd come back to Manchester. He'd be phoning me up once or twice a week. He was always there for advice and help. I'll never forget him. He was a fantastic character. Irish league player and football pundit Liam Beckett, who was with the Manchester United great when he passed away at Coleraine Causeway Hospital on Sunday night, described Greg as a man of integrity, and despite all the adulation that was showered upon Harry, he was very much a private man, said Beckett, who is a patron of the Harry Grape Foundation. A humble man, a honest man, a man of integrity, a man of principle, and he was most happy when he was amongst family. He loved kids, and he set up the foundation to provide a proper structured platform for kids to be able to go out and play the game that he loved. When people would always bring up Munich, his answer would be always the same: I did what any other man would have done. Of course, we know that's not true. He was exceptional, the very legend. It doesn't come close in this instance. Tributes there to Harry Gregg, and needless to say, Manchester United players will be wearing black armbands as a mark of respect. A mark of respect tonight, and Harry Gregg, a terrific goalkeeper and a tremendous human being. I'm reading all those tributes just now. It's marvellous to see, really. And I am really looking forward to this tonight. This game tonight, a big one for Chelsea. Manchester United down in the low lengths of ninth position, 35 points, and they're only a point above Burnley. Chelsea, 4th place on 41 points. But at the moment, with Spurs breathing down their necks, this is not a foregone conclusion by any stretch of the imagination. Let's not make any bones about that. So we're live here at Chelsea. You're welcome to join us. No one's tuned in yet. No one's tuned in yet, but don't forget your comment section. Don't forget the comment section. The teams are in the tunnel now. This really is going to be a humdinger of a game. I hope you're going to enjoy everything that we say and hear, that you see and hear this evening. The comment section is open for business. Need I tell you here at Stamford Bridge, the teams, as I say, in the tunnel and ready to go. This is a real big game. Chelsea to get in the Champions League, Manchester United to try and get back in that European hunt. This is a real humdinger. I think this is going to be a cracking game, and I think we're going to have a real game that's going to be full of non-stop incident. Yesterday we saw goals galore in the 2 Premier League games. We saw 9 goals in the 2 Premier League games yesterday, which was amazing to say the least. And of course, we saw another 4 on Saturday. We saw a goalless draw in our last commentary game, and we're all set to go then. Panini's on. Good evening to you, Panini. The VAR man is on duty tonight. Panini will be our VAR adjudicator tonight, and he will be adjudicating any big VAR decisions that we might get tonight. It could be crucial. These two teams, still rivals. They may not be as high up in the table as they used to be, but one thing is for certain: this will be no quarter given. Chelsea playing 4-3-3, Manchester United a 3-5-2. As the teams step out into the cauldron that is Stamford Bridge. This is it's going to be a magnificent occasion, and here on the JB Claret YouTube channel, we're going to bring you every kick of audio commentary live here on this channel. Stay tuned. I think this is going to be a humdinger. Right, let's take a look at the teams as the teams come out under the tunnel to a rapturous applause from all four sides of Stamford Bridge. Chelsea line up as follows. Caballero in goal. He's been preferred to Kepa Asparaga for the last 2 games. Winless in 3. Caballero in goal. James, Christensen, Rudiger, Aspilicueta. Then it's Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, Pedro, Michy Batshuayi and Willian. On the bench, Kepa Asparaga, Alonso, Barkley, Kurt Zouma, Olivier Giroud, Mason Mount and Tomori. Manchester United line up as follows, with David De Gea in goal for them, the Spanish international. And then it's Bali, Maguire, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. Then it's Fred, Matic, Williams, Bruno Fernandes, James and Martial up front. And we'll just double check and see if we've not missed anybody. I'm sure we'll probably have missed something along the way, but we'll check it out anyway. But I'm sure it's Martial. We'll just run through the bench just before we double check. So on the bench we got Romero, Mata, Pereira, Dalot, Igalo and Greenwood, but I'm sure there's more. There. We'll just break it off for a second. Just we've got the yeah, it's Jones as well. We left out Jones's name there on the team sheet. And Jones is amongst there, and we're just checking to see if everyone's there. Right, so De Gea, Bailey, Maguire, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka. I'm just checking everything out, just make sure. Yep, all present and correct. We were just one substitute short. That's all it was. Anyway, let's check the officials for tonight's match, and a very important game in terms of the apologies for the sound. But we do have a decent feed, and you know what Stamford Bridge is like. We're all set for the kick-off, and I think we're going to have a minute's silence in a minute, or a minute's applause for Harry Gregg, of course. I don't know. They were making their way to the centre circle a moment ago. But a great atmosphere, and I'm just going to echo what Russ Burden has just said there. Russ Burden, sorry, not Ross. I don't know why I keep saying Ross. Anyway, what Russ has said, and he said Ross again. Anyway, what Russ has said there goes for anyone here. There are anything. Panini's a moderator. Russ is a moderator. There's 3 moderators, including myself, in the commentary box. Please respect the chat. Don't spoil the scores before I've had a chance to call any goals. Well, we're all set here. Let me give you the officials tonight. Quite a number to get through, plus VAR. Anthony Taylor from Wythenshawe, just outside of Manchester, is the referee. The 2 assistants are Gary Bezic on the near side, Adam Nunn on the far, 4th official Stuart Atwell. The VAR team down at Stockley Park, or across at Stockley Park in London. Referee Chris Kavanagh and assistant Sean Massielis. It's Manchester United to get us underway then, in red shirts, attacking the goal to our left. The Matthew Harding stand. Chelsea in blue, attacking the shed end to the left, and away we go then. United in possession, and here's Luke Shaw now getting the ball forward, but then Jorginho cuts the ball out. Panini said on Facebook, and he said on our Facebook page, that he's going for 4-4, and he just said it then. He wants an amazing game of football. Well, we all want an amazing game of football. Our last live match produced nothing in the way of real incident, well, there was incident. We had a sending off and a controversially disallowed VAR goal at Wolves, as James goes on the hunt up further forward, but well cut up by Rudiger, who wears number 2 tonight. As Aspilicueta, who's now the Chelsea captain. Saw John Terry yesterday in the game delayed, and his Villa side come up short in that thrilling game against Spurs when they led at one stage in the contest. 56 Premier League meeting. Chelsea 18 wins, Manchester United 16 wins, 21 draws. Sue's on and says good evening. Don't forget the comment section. Please keep your comments clean as well. We do have youngsters that tune in to us, and I'm sure Newcaton will be tuning in at some point. No Paul Pogba, no Marcus Rashford. They're in the crowd, but obviously can't take part. And the ball knocked back. Chelsea's form: drawn, won, lost, drawn. Manchester United's last 5: won, lost, won, lost, drawn. And that includes a 2-0 defeat at Old Trafford to Burnley. A game where I was cock-a-hoop for all sorts of reasons, as De Gea kicks away again. Yes, if you check out Newcaton's Facebook channel, YouTube channel, he does leave comments off because of the obviously his age and everything else, so he doesn't want to be subject to any abuse or anything like that. I think that's a good idea, is him having his comments turned off. I think that's good, and it just protects him as well as a 10-year-old. You want to see that. Anyway, here's Pedro now down the left-hand side rather. It was a little bit of a poor pass there from Bailly in the first place. Now Azpilicueta on the left-hand side. Back to Kovacic, number 17. No Pulisic, he's out for injury. So too is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Remember, Chelsea haven't won 4 since 2016, when they finished, I think, 10th. Which cost Jose Mourinho his job. Injuries, Sue. Paul Pogba and Rashford do not take part because of injuries. And of course, Rashford you already know about anyway. Anyway, here's a chance now for number 24 here for Chelsea. James to come forward. Two teams that have been Premier League champions of the past. Chelsea's last success, you have to go back to 2017 under Antonio Conte. Manchester United 2013 under the stewardship of the legend that is Sir Alex Ferguson. And of course, if you didn't hear, of course, Manchester United, as I said earlier, are wearing black armbands in tribute to one of their greatest players, one of the Busby babes, Harry Gregg, who died earlier this afternoon, aged 87. Died yesterday at the age of 87. Our thoughts and wishes are with Caroline and his wife Caroline and his family at this sad time, as De Gea, the current Manchester United keeper, under pressure, kicks long. In fact, he made good distance, and the ball out of play. Will be a Chelsea throw on the far side, just inside the Chelsea half. Well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, still a man under pressure. Only 1 point above Burnley in the table at the moment. Who would have thought that at the start of the season? Manchester United, with all the money they spend on players, they spent big in the window. We'll see how Bruno Fernandes, he made his debut against Wolves. And also they got Higuaín as well to possibly come off on the bench. And I think this should be an absolute crackeroonie, this game. We just lost sound a little bit there for a second or two, so just bear with us. But one thing's for sure, I think this is going to be a great game, and I think it's going to be non-stop incident. We've got the sound back, we've got the thing back, and now we're back underway. Nothing has been missed as we come up towards 5 minutes of the first half played. Pedro in possession for Chelsea. Back to Rudiger. Rudiger touching it back to Caballero. Normally the cup goalkeeper, but he's been preferred to Kepa Azpilicueta for the last couple of games. Last two have been drawn by Chelsea. There's a Chelsea player down, but Kante playing on. James playing on as well. Finds Willian, keeps the ball in play. Pedro was the man down, but he's back on his feet. Willian's still in possession. Kovacic now has it in the centre circle, and he turned nicely away from James and away from Matic, the former Chelsea player, and has found Azpilicueta. Left-hand side, infield to Kovacic again. Good confident start this from Chelsea. James now, far side. James with a shot! Oof! Just wide of the left-hand post. It was a terrific shot with the right foot. James wants a corner. Goal kick Manchester United, but James here showing good confidence here for a young lad. Certainly a clean strike, no deflection, and narrowly past the Hare's post. It may have just shaved the post. Definitely no deflection off Brandon Williams, who attempted to block it. And yeah, about an inch or two wide of that far left-hand post, and a goal kick that's been taken short. Brandon Williams in possession, barged off the ball fairly by William, and then William has another bite, but it falls to Luke Shaw. Chips the ball forward, finds thread over the halfway line on the left-hand side, and there's a little bit of tussling going on between him and N'Golo Kante, who's trying to wrestle him down. Referee allowing it to go on. I hope Anthony Taylor referees it much better than what we saw from Mike Dean on Friday night. It was terrible. He had a terrible game, I thought, Mike Dean, again in the Wolves game. This is Martial. Wins a corner, Christensen. First of the game. I'm sat a few meters to your left in the comms box working for Hospital Radio. Hiya, Russ. Hello. Anyway, 6 minutes gone. It's 0-0. And it's corner taken short here. Ball played in there by Shaw. Into the penalty area it goes. Flick on there. Comes out again. And this is Brandon Williams on the right-hand side, chipping the ball into the Chelsea penalty area. Both teams a little bit weak in defence. And don't worry about if you don't see any comments going up. I can see them. I've got the laptop on. And Ballion to intercept. He's playing at centre-back alongside Maguire tonight. Swansea 4, Hull 4 could get the stream to work on Friday, or could not get the stream to work on Friday, says Panini. Of course, Panini's our VAR official tonight, and he'll bring you abreast of what he thinks will be right. He also does championship commentaries as well on his channel. Check his channel out if you would like. But he lets me do all the big Premier League games. This is Shaw now. Or Robert Williams, sorry, for Manchester United. Into Martial inside the Chelsea penalty area to the left-hand side. Turns it back to the edge of the area. Fred was there, but his opposite number, Kovacic, was close at hand too, and he gets the ball away. And Kovacic now, good burst. He's got away from 2 or 3 United defenders, but he was the furthest man forward. Pedro started consecutive matches for the first time since the opening 2 games of the season. Kovacic in possession, finds the aforementioned Pedro, who finds James on the far side. Kovacic is down, but James might take on the shot. James shoots and just narrowly misses the angle of the left-hand post and bar. And he's having a good first half. In fact, it was Williams, who smashed it over the bar as he cut him from the right-hand side. 0-0 with 8.5 minutes gone. Both look similar in stature and in haircuts. Very difficult for identification for this commentator anyway. Frank Lampard seemed very much encouraged, but this is not a good sight. We've got N'Golo Kante down. In fact, both teams are wearing back armbands, I should say, in memory of Harry Gregg, who, as I said, sadly died yesterday at the age of 87. 9 minutes gone, 0-0. We've got a break in play. N'Golo Kante is down on the ground. Bosch Barkley is one of the subs. Arisa Balaga, Alonso, Barkley, Kurt Zouma, Giroud, Mason Mount, who can play midfield. He's one of 2 midfielders. And the other player, of course, is Kurt Zouma. Tomori as well. Barkley, one of 2 midfielders. As I said, the other is Mason Mount. This is a bit of a worry. There's a worry sign there on Frank Lampard's face where N'Golo Kante is one of his key players. Was the unsung hero in Leicester's unexpected title success 4 years ago. I'm pleased to tell you that Kante's on his feet. But will he be using a substitute? It looks like I think his race might be run after 10 minutes here in N'Golo Kante. That's a big blow for Chelsea. Looks as if there's going to be a change here, and it might be Ross Barkley coming on, is it? And the substitutes board's poised down below me on the near side. There's obviously activity going on, and I think Kante's race is run after just 10.5 minutes, and a nice consoling pat on the back from Frank Lampard. That's a sad moment, so there will be a substitution, I would have thought, sooner rather than later for Chelsea. And it looks as if it's Mason Mount who's going to come on, in fact. It looks as if Mason Mount is going to be the new player in. Now they're temporarily playing with 10 men until Mount can come on the field. And that's the important thing to tell you at the moment. So United, for the time being anyway, have got a numerical advantage, but it won't last long. But they had to get Kante off, and Anthony Taylor trying to get the game flowing, and that's fair enough. You can't legislate for injuries. They'll get Mount on as soon as the ball comes out of play. Chelsea have to do that. Panini loves Mason. I think he'll be an England player. I think he'll be an England international in the future. Well, you can't really say if he's going to be an England legend or not. I don't think you can say things like that or prophesise things like that. We'll just have to see how he goes, really. You know, it's all about playing for your club side. Here's Fred now for Manchester United. Good football again. Fred on the edge of the area, shoots right-footed, deflects off Rudiger, and it goes behind for a corner for Manchester United to be taken on the left-hand side, the far side of the field. Red shot, yeah, deflects off Rudiger, goes past the far left-hand post. There's Mason Mount now onto the field. Chelsea now back to their full complement 11, so Kante off, Mason Mount on, the man who impressed when Frank Lampard was at Derby County last season. Here comes the corner, far side, in it goes towards the near post, little flick on. It may well drop here to Brandon Williams, who hits it right across from the right hand side, but it's well charged away there by Chelsea. High long ball there that Kovacic can hit down the field for Pedro to chase inside the United half. Coming up to 12 and 3/4 minutes gone. Manchester United holding Chelsea at 0-0. James and William with the two best chances so far in the game. United and Fred coming close to United. Blocked, of course, by Rudiger as the ball chipped forward again by number 18, Bruno Fernandes. Ball hooked away though by Chelsea. It's out of play on the far side for a throw-in. 13 gone. Live on the JB Correct YouTube channel, and it's lovely to see. It's lovely to have you with us. Ed Woodward in the crowd, subject of a lot of fans' frustration in recent weeks, including some very vile comments they made, and then was subject to his flares being set off outside his home in Cheshire, which wasn't very nice by some United supporters. He's a happily married man with 2 kids. Regardless of what Manchester United fans may think of him, he does have a right to have family time with his wife and kids, and that has to be respected, whether the fans like Woodward and what he's done at the club or not. Keep the football matters to the matters that are football. This is Daniel James now for Manchester United, far side. 0-0 is the score. Chipped in there towards Martial, and out of play just past the right hand post, and a goal kick for Chelsea. Panini's prophesying quite a lot about England. Frank Lampard to be next England manager. Well, I think Mr. Southgate's doing a terrific job, with all due respect. I'm sure Newcaton will come on at some point, Russ. We haven't seen help from Trevor Sports recently. I don't know where Trevor's gone. If you're listening, Trevor, I hope you're okay and everything's okay. Looking forward to hearing from you very soon, if you're there. There was a shout out, Trevor, if you're there. I hope you're well. Here's Caballero knocking the ball forward. No goals in the last 20 appearances, incidentally, for Daniel James. Did have 3 in his first 4 appearances, including 1 against Chelsea on the opening day. This is Batshuayi now for Chelsea. Left hand side, infield again. Touched back by Christensen, and then Batshuayi loses his footing down on the near side byline, and out for a goal kick. 15 minutes gone. Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0 here at Stamford Bridge. The game live coming to you was a last minute change of plan. Don't forget, first Premier League start for Batshuayi. 2018 you have to go back against Brighton and Hove Albion for the last time he made a Premier League start, so he's first start in just over 2 years. Kovacic hits the long ball over the top, but it's going to go straight to David De Gea, and It remains goalless. Willie Caballero, usually the dependable cup goalkeeper. Kepa Azpilicueta, who you may recall last year in the League Cup final cut up a right old rumpus when he refused to be substituted at the end of the penalty at the end of that League Cup final. It was the only major talking point of the whole 120 minutes that day. Thank God we didn't cover it. But we are covering this year's League Cup final, 1st of March. Aston Villa against a beleaguered Manchester City, who of course have been banned from Europe due to an appeal for Manchester City, who hierarchy have said they're going to fight and sue UEFA for as much money as they can chuck at it. As Azpilicueta now gets the cross in off the defender and out for a throw-in. And the Pep Guardiola made a statement of intent in the press conference. Manchester City play a league game on Wednesday night, that rearranged match against West Ham, which was called off by the Weber. Meanwhile, back in this game, the cross in there from Azpilicueta turned away. And it's come off a defender, is it? No, it's come off Azpilicueta. Last goal kick to Manchester United. Just going back to Pep Guardiola for a second, he said that he would manage Manchester City if they were demoted. I don't think it'll come to that. I don't think there's talk about them having 2 Premier League titles stripped. You can't take away 2 Premier League titles. I'm sorry. They earned them on the field. It's off the field activities. You cannot dock a team 2 titles for things that didn't happen on the field. Sorry, you just don't. And I think City are right, incidentally, to appeal against the UEFA ruling. And I think it's bad business when you've got teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid that have been fiddling the books for years, but that UEFA will not do a blind bit of difference to them. Just doesn't make sense to me, but there you go. Don't forget, where Russ has got 2 more commentaries. We've got Tottenham on Wednesday in the Champions League. It returns to the YouTube channel after a winter break. Tottenham's last 16 Champions League game against Red Bull Leipzig, just down the road, which will come just down the road at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium Wednesday night in 7:50 for the build-up and the full 90-minute commentary. First leg, of course. Here's Fred now in possession for Manchester United. Good tackling back by his opposite number, Kovacic. Ball out towards the far side. Martial in possession. Fred now, 25 yards from goal. Matic coolly into the path of Wan-Bissaka. A little peel for handball. Referee happy to play on. Here's Fred now, still inside the Chelsea half. No foul, and Kovacic can break with the ball. Finds Mason Mount. Mount finds Batshuayi. Mount has made a good forward run. Willian is in support on the right. Cuts inside into the middle. Gets it out to the left where Pedro Rover is lurking. And Pedro was obstructed there surely, but the referee Taylor, who had a very good run, who had a very good view of it, decided to play on. It did look an obstruction from where I was sitting in the in my com box position. Panini says it's a very feisty game so far, and so Sue agrees with me about the Manchester City thing. Russ has got 2 commentaries this week for Manchester. Russ already was up in Manchester on Wednesday, and he's got Derby Fulham on Friday night. And 2 cracking games they're going to be for so many reasons. Well, we've come past. We almost got to the 20-minute mark, which has gone so fast already. Here's Willie Caballero for Manchester City. Hits a long ball forward with his right foot. Batshuayi a little bit lazy in the jump and allowed Maguire to win the header. As I said, May 2016, when they've gone winless in 4 Premier League games, as Martial hits a shot in, cutting from the left-hand side. Willian takes over, finds Azpilicueta, and Azpilicueta trying to get it down that near side for Batshuayi to chase, but good defensive work there by Maguire. Then Batshuayi involved right down by the Chelsea bench. Frank Lampard is there too. A little incident here from Mr. Taylor to sort out, the referee. Personally, I think it was just 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and I think the Chelsea bench made it a bit more I mean, a bit more feisty than what it needed to be. A bit more dramatic than what it needed to be. I think Anthony Taylor was good refereeing, good sensible refereeing that. Nothing in that at all. There was... Oh, I don't know. I think Maguire may have just kicked out. Certainly caught Batshuayi in his meeting two veg, unless it was momentum. Well, Batshuayi tugs down Maguire. Now, does Maguire aim a kick towards Batshuayi's meeting two veg? Well, maybe... Well, there was VAR. I didn't see that, actually. I didn't see that yet. No red card. I'm surprised at that. I must admit, I didn't see I didn't see anything until the replay. I've just seen a replay. Well, we haven't had a yellow card confirmed where we are. Certainly got him in the, as you say, in the meeting two veg. Anyway, here come Chelsea in possession. Far side, cross comes in. We'll get that yellow card confirmed in a minute. Here's Rudiger now for Chelsea. Ball into the penalty area, and that wasn't a good header away by Maguire. He just about nodded it behind for a corner. 22 minutes gone. Coming up to the halfway mark in the first half. That might have been debatable if that had gone in. I think VAR may have had something to say about that. Nothing has been given. United have conceded 8 goals from corners this season, and that's the most in the Premier League this season. As the ball comes in from the short corner, Mount takes it in, crosses in from the left-hand side into the penalty area. In goes Christensen, and William now far side. Batshuayi, oh, from 6 yards, he should have done better. Rudiger tries the shot. Not over yet. Now United get it clear, and they'll get a free kick. Foul there by James. And Manchester United survive. Well, he's starting to heat up a little bit this game. There was the chance. William with a cross back. Maybe a little bit behind Batshuayi as the ball was hooked back across from the right-hand side. It was a decent cross. As I said, Batshuayi was behind it. Maybe too far behind it. Maybe I'm a little bit hypocritical of him there. Free kick to United. Just 15 yards from halfway, which Maguire takes. Plays it out to the far side and Shaw. Russ's position about a couple of rows to my left. He doesn't have a television set. We have the beauty of replays. Here's Martial, I should say. Here's Fred. Finding Bailey. Bailey touches it out there to Wan-Bissaka. Oh, good turn. Did magnificently well there, Wan-Bissaka. Did magnificent. The ball out of play on the near side, was it? No, it wasn't. We're coming up to 24 gone. We're halfway through the first half. No goals yet, but it's still a good game. And the midfield battles are very feisty, as Panini says. Here's De Gea, kicks the ball forward, right-footed. Away it goes. Shaw jumping and Williams too. It's out of play for a throw-in. And it's Manchester United's throw, 15 yards from halfway, far side. Here's Matic from the throw taken by Luke Shaw. Into Fred, then Brandon Williams does well. Now Emmanuel Matic. And now Bailey finds Wan-Bissaka. Touched back by Bruno Fernandes. Eric Bailly takes possession. Harry Maguire in possession. The England centre-back. One of the costliest centre-backs in world football. But hasn't lived up to that reputation like his rival Virgil van Dijk has done. Virgil van Dijk has been different class for Liverpool the last 2 or 3 seasons since he signed from Southampton. 25 minutes gone. It's Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0. If you joined us late, Chelsea have had a couple of half-decent opportunities, and Manchester United could have easily been down to 10 men on another night. VAR getting Aaron Maguire off the hook when he seemed to stick a foot into the meat and two veg of Michy Batshuayi. And VAR, oh, it's a chance for Mount inside the penalty area. Batshuayi shoots, oh, how's he missed that? Left foot, 10 yards from goal. De Gea badly out of position, and Batshuayi and probably 30,000 Chelsea fans are trying to work out how he's missed a golden opportunity from 10 yards out. Left foot should have hit the target. Should be hitting the target match wide. That's a poor finish on the Chelsea striker. No Tammy Abraham, no Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Maybe they're missing that. Maybe they're missing that finishing touch. Maybe Panini. There's a National League South game going on at the moment. Chelsea won. Chelmsford City, sorry, won. Tunbridge Angels won. They played 27 minutes, I believe, in that game. Here's Wan-Bissaka now for Manchester United on the right-hand side. Back inside again it goes to James, Daniel James that is. And here's Matic taking charge for United. In the red shirts, Chelsea in the blue. Red shirts, white shorts, Manchester United with dark stockings. Wan-Bissaka with the cross. The man they signed for £50 million from Crystal Palace during the summer. They tried to get Will Zaha. Well, they got Arsenal tried to buy Will Zaha, but Palace kept hold of him. And probably sometimes wish he hadn't. The way he plays, about maybe he hinders Crystal Palace sometimes rather than helps them. Anyway, back to the game, and it's Fred to take the corner, right hand side. 0-0 is the score. If you've joined us, like 27.5 minutes almost gone. Fred with the corner towards the near post, turned away. It'll be kept alive by Azpilicueta. And here's Fred now near side, looking to cross it in there. Goalkeeper stays at home. He thought about moving off his line to try and catch that, and then thought better of it. And now mounting possession for Chelsea, breaking forward, and finds Kovacic. Good little touch back there again. Jorginho into the path of Kovacic again. Now they've steered it out to the left hand side, and infield it does. It's Jorginho hitting a long ball forward up towards but it's well cut out. Serie A, AC Milan could do with a win and a little bit of a boost. They've had a tough run of things over the last few years, and that will be a great boost for them. 38 gone. AC Milan 1, Torino 0. AC Milan, a club that I've got great affection for. One of Europe's great names, one of the great names of European football. Sadly, not in any UEFA competition at the moment. It's a state of affairs, but they're winning tonight. That's a good boost for them and their supporters. They lost the Milan derby last week 4-2. I think they led at 1 point in the game as well, and very unfortunate. Anyway, here's I'm sure people will read the scores anyway, Panini. Put them on if you want. Anyway, here's Kovacic to Azpilicueta, left-hand side. 0-0. Azpilicueta gets the ball back again. And Azpilicueta does well. Gets the crossing towards the penalty area. Willian goes in. His foot was a little bit high, but United have possession with Fred. And he finds Bruno Fernandes, who in turn finds Anthony Martial. James is up to his right. But Martial dilly-dallied on the ball and has lost it now. And it remains 0-0 with almost half an hour gone. Kovacic in possession for Chelsea. Gets it over halfway. And now Pedro has it for the men from Stamford Bridge. 0-0 at the moment. Great atmosphere around the stadium. Just teetering off a little bit as a contest at the moment. Here's mounting possession. Finds James. Come up through the academy together at Chelsea. James has been dispossessed. Fernandes in possession of United. Over halfway. Here's Daniel James. Hasn't scored in the last 20 games in the league. Brandon Williams. James waits in the centre, but Kovacic is there. Round about the penalty spot area and clears into the Matthew Harding stand for a corner to be taken on the far side for Manchester United. Half an hour gone. It's Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0. Premier League action, Premier League commentary on the JB Carrot YouTube channel. Live. Fred will take the corner. Far side might be a left foot out swinger. But we'll take a 10-minute break at half time. And of course, the JB man in the match will be there. as you come to expect. Williams now touches it off. Now the shot comes in, and it's wide of the left-hand post. It was Bruno Fernandes with the shot. Which goes wide of the target. Anyone who's into possession stats, here's one for you. No, we did have possession. I think it was 45 Chelsea, 55 United. No shots on target yet in the game. These shots that have just shaved the post and one or two other bits and bobs, but no shots at goal at all. There have been a few good chances in the game. Jorginho chipping it forward. James in possession far side, the right hand side. Finds his colleague William. Now the ball back from James in field again. Now Kovacic in towards Pedro. The talent, these players are highly talented players and they should be producing more for the game. Here's Pedro at the moment. 0-0. Just been a sluggish last 10 minutes or so in terms of goalmouth incident. 32 minutes gone. Sometimes you have an average first half, but then you have a terrific second half, and sometimes you get that in football. Here's Azpilicueta now. Infield to Kovacic. Kovacic now looking to dig a ball in, and it comes off a defender, and it's a corner. This time for Chelsea at the shed end. Near side, Chelsea left. No, we're going to see a breakthrough here. It's been a decent game, I agree, but it's just teetered a little bit in the last 10 minutes or so. Wavered a little bit, I should say. But no, it's not been a bad game. Probably just needs a goal. In comes the corner. Headed away by Maguire. Good firm header that by the England man. And now Jorginho takes possession. Back in field again. Kovacic now on halfway. Feeds Antonio Rudiger. On the ball back to Rudiger. Touches it on to Kovacic. United with plenty of red shirts back behind the ball. Which is making it difficult for Chelsea to play football between the lines as the ball is spread out towards James on the far side. Number 24 for Chelsea. Plays it into Mount. James has made a run, but Brandon Williams tracked him well. And did really well, in fact. But it's a throw into Chelsea in line with the penalty area of United. Over on the right hand side. The far side as I look. From the main stand. We're sat in the 3-tier stand. We're right at the top of the third tier. And we've got a high view of the action. And here is Kovacic in towards Willian. Good turn by him. But he's lost possession to Fred. And Fred going through, trying to beat all cover too many. And now Rudiger should usher it back to the other end. And Willie Caballero. Still 0-0 as we approach 34 minutes gone. The last 11 minutes here of the first half plus stoppage time at Stamford Bridge of the first half. And still no breakthrough yet. And here's James for Chelsea. Kovacic in a bit of space in the middle. In the United half. Touches it back once more. Now Azpilicueta, who can hit shots as well. And he's hit one left-footed. Hits the defender. And then Matic clears, but not a very good clearance. And a former Chelsea man. Azpilicueta went behind. Good tackle there by Harry Maguire. And he had to get there because Azpilicueta was closing in on David De Gea. And that could have been problems for United. The ball ricocheting around. Matic was dilly-dallying there. And should have took more care of that. And then Harry Maguire had to make that challenge. And he did so superbly. Chelsea aren't finished yet from the corner. William goes down. Now then. Oh, now is a yellow card for simulation. It looked a foul to where I was sitting. And Chelsea are furious and they may want to, I think VAR may have to intervene here. Oh, I don't think that's a good decision at all from Anthony Taylor, I have to say. 10 minutes to half time, it's 0-0. I think that's a clear foul. No, was it in or out? It's definitely out. I think he's tripped in there. I think that is a big decision from Mr. Taylor. Listen to us. We don't give out links. Remember that. And if you do give out links, you will be taken. You will be taken off, I'm afraid. The comments will be removed. I'm moderating as well as commentating, you see. Remember, guys, if you want to ask for links, don't try, because we'll report you. And it's also spam as well. As Chelsea nearly concede at the other end and goes wide at the top. And goes wide. And in fact, Russ has done some. And it was Martial at the other end while we were moderating. I thought we had a breaking play for a second. I must have took me out of the action anyway. Anthony Martial, 8 goals, 3 assists in 19 Premier League games. Here's Batshuayi. Now Pedro will come back to Panini's view on it in a second or two. Here's Batshuayi in the area. Did look suspiciously offside initially as the ball was played, but the game's starting to hot up a bit as we go into the final 8 minutes for stoppage time. Let's look at Panini's viewpoint on the penalty. I think, well, having seen it again, I think Panini may have a point. Although from the naked eye, it did look a penalty, but or a free kick rather. Anyway, Chelsea fans are happy. They've got a free kick and a decision their way. They don't think they've had the rub of the green of the decisions. And well, Chelsea there were careless in giving the ball away. Kovacic, who up to now has had a good match, he must have had a brain freeze then for a second or two. Anyway, Chelsea have managed to win back possession, and now Pedro has it, and he finds Jorginho. He hits a long ball forward, looking towards Mount, can't take that down. Appeals for handball against Williams, quite rightly not given. Here's Matic now. I just want to apologise for Anthony Taylor. I said it was a poor decision. It did look, from where I was sitting, from the naked eye, it did look a foul, but the replays proved the referee right once again, as they always do on most occasions. Brandon Williams trying to cross. Oh, Robert Shaw, sorry, trying to cross from the left, and it's out for a corner. First viewing for me and my co-coms. Free kick fouled. My co-commentator is an ex-Manchester United player. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. William is down on the floor. 38 minutes gone at Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0 in the live game. FA, give me the VAR job. William was certainly shoved to the ground. Be interesting to see what Sky make of it all at half time as we go into the final stages of the first half. Aspilicueta gets the ball away. Long ball forward, but he's lost possession. And here's a chance now for Martial. Had it taken off his toes by Christensen. Did really well. Now here's Jorginho. Jorginho now onto William, far side. Back in field to Jorginho again. Trots over the halfway line. Spots Kovacic on the left hand side. Can he find Kovacic? Yes, he can. Keeps it in well there, the Chelsea player. Back inside to Aspilicueta. Now back to Jorginho. United have brought quite a number of red shirts back, as you would expect. And here's Rudiger. Hits a long ball forward. It's a terrific ball to James, who took it beautifully down on the chest of the young Chelsea player. Now, Willian. Sweet skills by him, but Matic too big a stature really to get by and stop him there, as Sue inquires about who Ross is co-commentating with tonight. Anyway, here's Willian now on the ball. And still, with 5 minutes of the first half remaining, it remains Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0. Plenty of talking points, but no goals, I'm afraid. But maybe all the goal action may well come in the second half. Who knows? Still might get a goal before half time. Who knows? Martial's come close to United. A little slick there by Bruno Fernandes. Gives Mount possession now in the middle of the field for Chelsea. Good work there by Willian right through the legs in the path of Batshuayi. He gets the ball back again from Batshuayi. Nice 1-2 play there from Chelsea. Lovely football. And cross from Azpilicueta. Well blocked by Wan-Bissaka. Left hand side cross, and it was a great play. Of course, 2 Jameses on the field. One for United and one for Chelsea. But anyway, here's Chelsea's James over the halfway line. 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go with the first half, and still no breakthrough here in this Premier League encounter. And then Jorginho winning the ball back unfairly. Martial has gone down. There's also another player down as well. Looks like Christensen as well has gone down as well. Bit of a clash there. Christensen, in fact, was the player that fouled Martial. And Christensen, as it turns out, has come off the worst. Would you believe it? It's Paul Parker, a great left back in many years standing. I actually think that's a free kick. Well, I think Anthony Taylor there just needed to show a little bit of common sense. I didn't think it was a dive. I don't think Willian's the sort of player to go down easily. Talking points galore then, but no goals. Harry Maguire and the referee having a bit of a set to here, or having a bit of a chat. Another minute to go before, another 3 minutes before the break. Also, we'll get the fourth official's view on things as well as we go towards stoppage time. We've just lost sound for a moment or two here at Stamford Bridge. We'll try and get that back for you, but it's 0-0 is the scoreline at the moment. Of course, Storm Dennis is playing havoc with the connections, so stay with us. Christensen's, thankfully it happened whilst we had a break in play. Christensen is still down on the ground. Chelsea, of course, have already lost Kante earlier on. That's one piece of news I can give you. Kante was injured after about 10 minutes, replaced by Mason Mount. There's Igaro, the new signing. You're missing nothing at the moment. New Caton says, sorry JB, watching the game in the other room. At least you're there, New Caton. I mean, that's good. I hope you're enjoying it anyway. Good video that you did earlier on as well about the game at Villa yesterday. And keep backing Burnley to lose, because every time you back us to lose, New Caton, we always seem to win. Thanks for that. Right, it's all for the games on this channel, I tell you. Anyway, inside the last 90 seconds of normal time here at Stamford Bridge, we're back underway again. Offside against Michy Batshuayi. Free kick to Manchester United. Christensen's off the field, still receiving treatment. He's taking a sip of water. And we're inside the final minute of normal time. This is Wan-Bissaka. We'll take a 10-minute break at half time, as you come to expect, and then we'll reconvene with second half commentary of this big game as Wan-Bissaka sends the ball in. Oh, it's gone in from Martial! From 6 yards, it's hit the left-hand post, and it's gone in the net. And Manchester United, who badly need a result, have just hit a crucial moment. And could Chelsea's Champions League ambitions take a huge blow right on the stroke of our time? Wan-Bissaka with the cross from the right. Tormented and teased Willian. There's the header for Martial. Caballero was completely bamboozled by the header. Had no chance at all. And then off the left-hand post and into the back of the net. It's a wonderful cross from Wan-Bissaka. This guy's got potential. He's got potential. And Martial, boy, when United needed a goal, Martial's come up trumps and it's got the opening goal. And we do have a goal to talk about here in the first half. Manchester United have taken the lead, and Martial, who threatened earlier on with a shot that just went narrowly wide of the far right hand post, just not one in at the far left hand post, and Chelsea are behind. And are on course to be winless in 4, which puts their Champions League dreams up against the wall, with Spurs winning at Villa yesterday. This is not a good sign, but to Manchester United, what a boost to their European aspirations. I mean, they could still conceivably they could still conceivably mathematically get into a Champions League place if City's appeal is waved away on the court of arbitration. We've got 3 added minutes for the injuries that were picked up, of course, to first Kante and Christensen. So 3 more added minutes, and then it's half time. And United, they need a good positive result, and they can get a result at Chelsea tonight. It eases the pressure on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a little bit. He couldn't have been happy with his team starting in around about 9th place at the start, but be a real shot in the arm for United fans, and they're absolutely cock-a-hoop, by the way. United fans away in the Shed End. About 2,000 of them. They don't traditionally do well, United, at Stamford Bridge, but well, Frank Lampard, he knew he had a big job on at the start of the season. He's got an even bigger job on his hands now. Still in the FA Cup, of course, but Champions League is the key for them. We've played 2 of the 3 minutes. AC Milan 1, Torino 0 in Serie A. That's a half-time score at the San Siro. Maguire takes the ball forward and hooks it long and forward. Anthony Martial in the very last minute of the first half, of normal time that is, has given Manchester United a real shot in the arm. And here's Wan-Bissaka of Chelsea now gifting possession to Manchester United almost. And Williams was a bit slow to react, but then Williams gives the ball straight to the goal scorer, Martial. Now picks out Williams. Was come through the fray and done really well since coming into the United team. Matic now, good turn by him. Finds Brandon Williams once more. Shaw's in support, so too is Bruno Fernandes, but Christensen there covering. As we've played the 3 minutes. All eyes on referee Anthony Taylor from Whitenshaw. We might just see this final attack here from Chelsea. This is Batshuayi. Infield to Pedro. Pedro now. But United have got 5 shots back. Oh, here's a chance now for Batshuayi. Across the face, but wide of the left-hand post. Goal kick to Manchester United. And Chelsea have wasted 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 chances in this first half. And it's coming back to haunt them. The flag stayed down. He was onside. But Batshuayi showing why he's badly out of form. He needs a goal, really, Michy Batshuayi. And he won't get anywhere with shots like that. We've played 30 seconds over the 3 minutes, incidentally. And it still remains 1-0 to Manchester United. And you just wonder if Tammy Abraham had been on the field, would he have buried that opportunity? And you've got Olivier Giroud, who's a proven goal scorer, on the bench, which I don't know why Lampard isn't prepared to try him and play him. Maybe have to do it in the second half. Anyway, half time here as things stand, United would move into 7th place with 38 points. As things stand, Chelsea would stay 4th for 41 points. But at the moment, it's Martial's goal in the last minute of normal time that's given Manchester United the crucial game here. And we're going to take a 10-minute break, incidentally, here at Stamford Bridge. And we all have to get our breath back from what was a thrilling ending to the first half. We'll be back with the second half. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time, but at the half-time here at Stamford Bridge, it's going well so far for Manchester United. They'll be up to 7th place on 37 points if they win the game. And at the moment, they're doing just that. That goal from Martial in the 45th minute is the difference. Half-time here at Stamford Bridge, where we take a 10-minute break. It's Chelsea 0, Manchester United 1, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Welcome back to Stamford Bridge, where we're just waiting for the start of the second half between Manchester United and Chelsea, or Chelsea and Manchester United. Manchester United, of course, winning 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. They're just having a bit of a warm-up at the start of the second half. Premier League football here live on the JB Claret YouTube channel. And because it's a very, very bitterly cold evening here in West London, it's time for the bring a cup of coffee to keep one away. Firstly, keep one awake, and secondly, keep one warm. It's a very cold evening. The country, of course, feeling the effects of the recent storm Dennis, and one does get the feeling that I think this second half is going to be extraordinary. I think we're ready and waiting for the teams to reconverge for the second half, and should be an interesting one, that is for sure. So we're just waiting for the start of the second half. Just to remind you, Harry Gregg, the Manchester United Busby babe, who played a huge part in saving so many people in that Munich air disaster way back in 1958, has passed away at the age of 87. And our thoughts, as I said, go out to his wife Carolyn and his family. And both teams and referee Anthony Taylor are wearing black armbands tonight as a mark of respect. So Martial's goal then, a minute from half time, is the difference between the two sides as we wait for the teams to come back out onto the field for the second half, live from Stamford Bridge in West London. We've seen, at least we're not going to get a 0-0 tonight, which is a relief to me, because we saw a great game yesterday, but it wasn't live, of course. You heard it on a pre-record viewpoint. But having said that, no, United have played okay. The away team, they're not expected to pull up any daisies tonight, and they're playing with some real vigour here this evening. So good for them. Always a cracking fixture. Roswood says, hi, are you a man or a woman? Let me know who you are, please. But we've had some good games this season. Saturday looks good as well. Chelsea, Tottenham, Leicester, Man City. Teams are back on the field, incidentally, for the second half. So we're all set to go then. Live here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. Loz is subscribing. Are you a man or a woman? Can't tell. Global Sport TV. Well, we're not interested in rivals. Please, if you don't mind. No one takes any subscribers off of me. Anyway. Oh, I tricked you. New account on my phone. Bit early for April Fools yet, New Caton. Russ doing the necessaries. And there'll be no wombers, of course, on this channel. We don't want to hear any of that. Right, we're back underway in the second half. Chelsea's lined up. Caballero, Asperqueda, Runninger, Zuma, who's come on at half-time, incidentally. Kovacic, Jorginho, Mount, Pedro, Batshuayi, Willian. I want to know who's replaced... Is it Christensen that's come off? I don't know. Manchester United with De Gea, Bailey, Maguire, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Fred, Matic, Williams, Bruno Fernandes, James, and the goal scorer Martial. By on my phone account. Russ, just bring me up to speed, will you? Who came off to be replaced by Zuma at half time? I was literally talking to people as that was taking place. Frank Lampard, yeah, Christensen, yeah, as I thought, yeah. Well, thank you for confirming it. So Christensen off at half-time. Yeah, he picked up an injury. And that's why I thought it might be Christensen, but I wasn't certain. Anyway, we're back underway anyway, and we've played about 1:14 of the second half. So Chelsea have been forced to make 2 of the 3 changes so far. United yet to make a change. Here's Mount now through the middle for Chelsea. They're attacking the Matthew Harding stand in the second half. United to the shed end, away to my left. 2,500 Manchester United fans who have made the brave trip down the M6 and the M1 on the 25 to West London tonight. Orange statue. The VAR referee, incidentally, in case you didn't hear earlier, is Chris Cabernet, and he's assisted by a well-expected assistant, Sean Massey Ellis. Luke Curtin said he wanted... yeah, I watched it. He said 1-1. He wasn't confident, and now there's another incident for Anthony Taylor. The yellow card is out. Another booking then. This time for Rudiger, I think, for taking out... was it Bruno Fernandes? Oh, dear me, that is a professional foul and a half, that one. Talk about taking one for the team. Panini still thinks it's going to be 4-3. You changed from 4-4, mate. You've got to stick with that 4-4 prophecy now, Panini. You know that, don't you? Anyway, here's the game. Back with the game, and it's Batshuayi who's been feeble tonight, if I'm being honest. How they've missed Tammy Abraham and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Chelsea. They could just do with them on the field at the moment. Batshuayi hasn't been able to hit the barn door with a banjo, but Martial certainly has. And this is Daniel James into Martial on the left-hand side, the goal scorer. Brandon Williams has had a good first breakthrough season here over at Old Trafford. Despite the lowly position, they will move up to 7th place with a win and put themselves back into the top half. Oh no, I need Chelsea to win 4-3 the second half of 4-4. I should have known, Panini. I should have known, mate. Anyway, here's Williams. Good running by Williams into the area. I hope it's not going to be 4-4. I'll have no voice left. Got no voice left as it is. I need to save my voice for Tottenham on Wednesday. One ball play, and that's out. We're throwing on the far side. I'm certain Luke Curtin doesn't want to think that way. And of course, anybody that tries to spam or wum or whatever it is, you will be blocked off. There are 4 moderators on at the moment. There's myself, Luke Curtin, Panini and Russ. I told you there's at least up to 4 or 5 of us on any one time during any live stream. And you will not be appearing on this channel ever again. Anyway, here's James for Chelsea into William, right hand side. Cross comes in towards the penalty area, but there was no one in blue inside the penalty area, and the ball had a play for a throw-in. And Trevor and Chris, of course. Yep. Don't forget those two as well. Just to remind you, keep your comments clean. That goes without saying. We do have youngsters listening to the game, and we are a family programme. And of course, in the second half, on a much less serious note, man of the match, 65th minute mark, name of your player, and then hashtag it JBMLTM. But that will reconvene in just over 15 minutes from now, I think, the vote, because we played 50 minutes off the game. So the 65th minute, the man of the match vote convenes for 25 minutes, and then of course at the end, on 90 minutes of normal time, that is, the winner will be announced, whoever's got the most votes. Supplementary award. Meanwhile, in the National League South, it's Chelmsford 2, Tunbridge Angels 1. They've played about 3 minutes of the second half there. And here's Martial in possession. Finds Fernandes. Back to Martial again on the left-hand side. United look very good on the break. I have to say, I've been impressed with Martial this second half, in this game so far. Look very lively, look very sharp on the left-hand side. But Chelsea, final third finishing has been woeful. Been poor. Christensen, that's a poor pass. Well intercepted by Bally, who had to dance past the referee Anthony Taylor in order to get it to Daniel James. Good dummy there by Bally. Left it to Fred. Matic into the path of Brandon Williams. Williams will run at his man, James. Now Luke Shaw in possession, the man they got from Southampton. Louis van Gaal signing. And now Bruno Fernandes keeps the ball in well. And Williams, Shaw takes possession, just runs into Pedro. You don't want to be doing that. I mean, why does Lampard... I like Frank Lampard. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a good manager. But for the life of me, why does he not play Giroud? Giroud is a more deadlier finisher than Michy Batshuayi. He couldn't hit a barn with a banjo for Crystal Palace last season. Chelsea's next 3 matches, incidentally, are at home to Tottenham and away to Bournemouth, and then they're at home on March 8th to Everton. It's their next 3 fixtures, and they need to be taking points, certainly from Spurs and Everton, and certainly from Bournemouth away. Bournemouth having a very woeful run at the moment, just outside the bottom 3. Only 2 points above the drop as well. And Daniel Jones has had a good match tonight. And Maguire clears out a play on the near side, hits the touchline, steady cameraman. The man that runs up and down the touchline with a camera strapped to his chest, hit the cameraman. Anyway, the ball in play, and it's Kovacic now inside the United half. Into Rudiger. Pedro trying to turn Fred. And now he's got options on the near side. And now Kovacic now for Chelsea. They just need a little break, maybe, Chelsea, to try and get themselves back into this game. But it's hard when Manchester United are defending from the front. Very difficult. I think the crowd noise is as high as you're going to get it, Sue, I'm afraid. But it's still, you still got a crowd noise anyway. We do our best. We have to drown out the sound a little bit because there is commentary on there, so we have to drown out the television commentary in order so you can hear the full verdict of it. And I've got my volume up at top notch level as well, so lest we forget. Here's James for Chelsea, chips the ball into the penalty area, might break to Mount on the edge of the area. Mason Mount shoots, and a great save by De Gea, but the flag is up, I think. I think there may have been a little bit of a foul maybe in the build-up. Mount hit the shot, but I don't think the goal was going to count anyway, even if Batshuayi had put away the rebound. In fact, well, I don't know if he's given it for hands there against Mount. If he has, I think that's a very harsh decision. I just wonder what he's giving it for. Was it a push? Well, I don't see what's wrong with that. I think it's a perfectly good legitimate attack. I must have given it for a foul there on Batshuayi, unless he was offside. I didn't see an offside there. A bit of a strange one, that what the referee's given there, but still 1-0 United. Chelsea have a throw-in 15 yards from halfway on the near side of their own half. And James gets it forward for Chelsea. Chip forward again by Mount. And now Pedro takes possession. He's got Batshuayi. There was claims for United handball. And here's a chance now. Chelsea need to get an equaliser. It might break for Pedro inside the area. Oh, he scuffed it wide. It may have got a deflection as well. It goes wide of the post, and Manchester United survive. Pedro leading the charge. The ball played in. Came to Pedro. And a great defensive block by, I think it was Wan-Bissaka who got back there. It's a terrific block. This is the Manchester United that we know and love, putting bodies on the line. Chelsea going there. Equaliser! Inside the 6-yard box. It's Suma. The substitute has come on. Unmarked. Has equalised. And it's 1-1. Suma from 6 yards. Tucks it in with his right foot. And what it means to him and to Chelsea. United are furious. They're claiming a bit of misdemeanour inside the area. It may well go to VAR. I don't think we've heard the last of this one yet. Pushing and shoving, I think. No doubt about the finish with the right foot from Zuma into the right-hand corner, but was there a bit of a push and shoving match? United claiming there was a foul there on Brandon Williams. It is going to VAR. It's going to go for VAR, and I think there may have been a push here. Oh, I think United may well get the decision. Azpilicueta. Has the goal been given? Has it been chalked off? No goal! No goal! There was a clear push inside the penalty area. And Chelsea are furious, but the right decision came. And Anthony Taylor's got it right. And so too is Chris Kavanagh. Watch the replay. It's Azpilicueta here. And you can clearly see that Williams is pushed off the ball as Azpilicueta flicks it on. That's why the goal does not count. Well spotted, Chris Kavanagh and Sean Macialis. Good decision. Good decision. VAR getting it right. Unlike at Wolves the other night, when it was a very harsh decision, but nothing harsh about that decision. The decision was clear, it was obvious, it was spot on, and that's what VAR was brought in to do. And for once on this YouTube channel, we're praising VAR. There you go. Who would have thought it? A collector's item on the JB Claret YouTube channel. 56 gone. No goal for Chelsea. 1-0 to Manchester United. But Russ disagrees. Should have been allowed. Fred pushed Azpilicueta on Williams. Well, I'm not sure about that. But one thing's for certain. It's sparked up a nice little debate here on the YouTube channel. No. New Caton, well in there. We do warn people about all this, but they don't listen. Anyway, Martial's gone down on the near side. VARmatch.com. You will not be appearing on the YouTube channel again. Meanwhile, whilst I was looking away at the comment section, Anthony Taylor's got a bit of a free-for-all here, and there's Fred involved, and Martial's down, and Fred getting involved, and it's all getting a little bit frantic now. It remains 1-0 to Chelsea, 1-0 to Manchester United. We've just lost the sound for a second or two, but now we're back live. There's a yellow card coming out for Fred for his part in some of the shenanigans. Yellow card for Fred. There was Martial had gone down initially. Zuma obviously still frustrated from his goal being disallowed by Anthony Taylor. He also gets a booking, and he's furious about that. This is what happens. Martial keeps it in here on the near side. Zuma goes in very hard. He gets the ball, but he gets it it's a very high tackle. 1 foot off the floor. And it's still a dangerous tackle, that is for sure. Even though he's got the ball, and then Zuma has a pop. Fred then gets involved, has a do at Azpilicueta. This is what happened. And then there was it's all free for all, but a yellow card apiece to Kurt Zuma for his part in the incident, and Fred for retaliation. Coming up to an hour gone. It's Chelsea 0, Manchester United 1 here at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League. I think 2 yellow cards were the correct decisions. Anyway, here's James for Chelsea inside the area. Good tackle there by Brandon Williams, and had to stay on his feet and got a good foot on it. That was great defending there by Brandon Williams. Amazing defending. And now we're gone. Corner kick, Chelsea. 1-0 to United. Williams to take it from the near side. Chelsea attacking the goal to our right. Now Matthew Arniston. Zuma with a header. Azpilicueta's in there too. But United had a way with all to get it away, and they might catch Chelsea on the counter-attack with Daniel James, but well read there. And then the other James gets the ball back. Well, Kurt Zuma has had an impact, but not the sort of impact that Frank Lampard would have had. Absolutely Anonymous, who's a big United fan. I'm one of our moderators as well. 5-1 now. Evening JB. Personally, I don't think it was a foul by Zuma, just a strong tackle. Well, it's livened up now. Chelsea having the more possession. They've had 8 shots to Manchester United's 4. 1 shot apiece, but that goal from Martial is the difference. And that's what counts if you're a United fan. And there's quite a number of them on tonight. New Caton, absolutely anonymous, big United fans. How they'd love to welcome 3 points here from Stamford Bridge. It's a very rare event that United take 3 points from Stamford Bridge. Chelsea always have the Indian sign, usually, traditionally, over them, but not tonight as things stand. Right. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe Russ has a point there, maybe, because, yeah, Fred pushes him, yeah. Maybe Russ sets a couple of rows to the left of him. He may have a point. He's covering the game, as you all know, for Hospital Radio this evening, alongside Paul Parker, a Manchester United player of great esteem, won 2 or 3 Premier League titles in his time there under Sir Alex Ferguson. Former QPR man as well, as Pedro wins possession for Chelsea. But then loses possession rather awkwardly, and well, what does the ref give here? Free kick, I think, on the edge of the penalty area. And that was Chelsea's own doing. Martial did well. 1 possession. Pedro, what was he playing at here? He's just stupid, brainless football there, and it was a free kick because it was just outside the area. So Fred winning possession there, being bundled to the ground. United have got a free kick, which has sort of been gifted to them really by some really feeble football there from Chelsea, and Pedro especially. Lampard has got 1 substitute left. Why didn't he just bring on Giroud? Why does he not bring on Giroud, who can score goals at this level? Anyway, Fernandes and Fred are the 2-men committee. It's to the right of the edge of the penalty area on the right-hand side. I think this is going to be a Fred free kick, this. If he's going to whip it in, it's probably going to be whipped into the mix where Martial, James, Maguire and Bailey all wait. Williams is towards the left-hand side. It's going to be whipped in by Bruno Fernandes. Left foot, and it was saved at the near post by Willie Caballero, diving away to his left-hand side. It almost snuck in the near right-hand post. It nearly was a second goal, and it almost was a first United goal for Bruno Fernandes, and that was going in. It may have actually hit the bottom of the post. It's a terrific free kick, right-footed, and yes, it hits the bottom of the right-hand post. Close to 2-0 United. Hits the post, I think. On replay, and Pedro's been penalised for a foul from behind on Fred. It's all happening here. Another United free kick on the far side, taken in there towards Maguire, but Caballero takes the ball well, and Maguire's out of position, and Chelsea need to break straight away. They need options. Willian now towards Mount. Mount gets the ball forward, but he loses possession. Well read by Luke Shaw, who's had a terrific game himself tonight, and Shaw bundling down the left-hand side. The ball in towards James. Deflects, and that should be a United corner. Chelsea trying to say it's a goal kick, but it's clearly off the Chelsea player last, and it is a corner, quite rightly given to Manchester United. And then to take the corner. Shouts of Bruno from the United fans you may have heard in the background. Fred with the crossing from the left-hand side. From the short corner, the ball out for a throw-in. Once again to Manchester United. They have played terrifically well tonight, Manchester United. And if they do get the 3 points, they've worked very hard for them. Yes, they needed a bit of luck maybe, but sometimes you have to make your own luck. And United have scored from the throw-in, and it's Harry Maguire who makes it 2-0. And Manchester United are in dreamland. It's Chelsea 0, Manchester United 2. What a terrific header from Harry Maguire. Captain Fantastic says absolutely anonymous. Chelsea 0, Manchester United 2, and it looks as if Chelsea and Frank Lampard are going to be winless in 4 games. It came from a corner taken by Bruno. In came Maguire, free header in the net, 2-0. Simple as that. Caballero diving away to his left. You can't save Chelsea this time. And Manchester United have taken their chances when they've needed to at the right time. 66 gone. And United have a huge stranglehold on this game. And surely now, barring accidents, they're going to take all 3 points away from Stamford Bridge. Back up to Manchester tonight. Chelsea 0, Manchester United 2, and United, as things stand, are going to do the double. And the first ever goal for United is Gareth Southgate and Steve Holland, the England management team, look on. What a moment for Manchester United, and what a way. And if Harry Gregg is watching down from heaven, he will have been proud of this performance tonight. And man of the match is now open. Daniel James has got the first vote from Panini, and he's hashtagged it JBMLTM. He set the standard for you guys now. Name of your player. 19 of 36 goals in the Premier League this season have come after 60 minutes. And Olivier Giroud is entering the fray. Chelsea are using all their substitutes now. This is their last card, their last joker they can play. And I'm not surprised. Batshuayi is coming off. He's had a feeble match. He's had an absolute stinker as far as I'm concerned. 67.5 minutes gone, and it's 2-0 to Manchester United. And they've earned that lead. Chelsea have had chances, missed them. United have had 2 or 3 opportunities, have taken 2 of them. That's the difference. You can have all the possession and all the statistics in your favour, but when you don't have the crucial statistic of goals, that's when games are won and lost. And Batshuayi has had 2 or 3 good opportunities, and I'm afraid he's not good enough. He's not good enough. His performance has been shocking. JBMLTM, Reece James of Chelsea. Paul Parker's JBMLTM is Harry Maguire of Manchester United. So Harry Maguire is Paul Parker's choice, and Russ's choice is Reece James. So 1 vote for Daniel James, 1 vote for Reece James, and 1 vote for Harry Maguire. And back, make that 2 votes for Harry Maguire. And yeah, he will have done his England prospects as well in the summer though, arm as well, because Gareth Southgate, as I say, is in the crowd along with his assistant Steve Holland. So 2 votes for Harry Maguire, 1 for Reece James, 1 for Daniel James. Giroud now on for feeble Batshuayi. And Chelsea needing 2 goals and a snooker or 2 to get out of this mess. United have a free kick again on the right hand side. They're making these set plays count. Here comes another one. Fernandes, a long ball in there. Maguire jumping again, and almost got another one. Cleared off the line, and Maguire nearly scoring again. It should have been 3 to Manchester United. Another magnificent 3 kick. Maguire winning the header, and in fact he almost found, I think it was Martial at the bar post. And if it wasn't for Aspilicueta there covering, that was 3-0 to Manchester United without a shadow of a doubt. United's 7th corner, Chelsea have had 5. United scored from that last corner. Can they do it again? Bruno Fernandes. What a revelation he's been since joining Manchester United. Here it comes, corner, right-footed into the penalty area it goes. It finds a blue-shirted head this time instead of Harry Maguire's head. And here's Shaw. United have been good from the set plays. They've been good on the counter-attack. And here they come again, and Freddie's got in behind Reece James and has conceded a goal kick though. Well, I'm looking at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he doesn't look as if he's a man that's about to take all 3 points. He looks as glum as Christmas. Come on, Ole, afford yourself a smile. You're 2 up at Chelsea. Remember, they won 4-0, and the Manchester United, the last time they won the double did the double over Chelsea was, you have to go way back to 1987-88 when they did the double over Chelsea, and that was a year that Chelsea got relegated, of course. Here's Mason Mount now for Chelsea, who have used all 3 of their substitutes. United, I think, have yet to use one, as far as I can make out. We're inside the final 20 minutes, and at the moment, Harry Maguire's winning man of the match. Free kick Chelsea, far side. Almost in line with the edge of the penalty area of Manchester United. Anthony Taylor, I think, has got the book out, or is it the vanishing spray? It's the vanishing spray. It would have been a bit hard if he was booking Mason Mount, considering it's a Chelsea ball. Anyway, 71 minutes gone. Chelsea have 19 minutes plus stoppage time to find 2 goals and maybe a snooker or 2 to get back into this game. At the moment, United will move up 2 places and they'll go to 38 points. They started the game in 9th with 35. Chelsea will stay where they are as that ball comes in. If it stays the same, it's out of play for a goal kick. They'll stay on 41 points, but the gap decreases. And United will be right on their coattails. They'll be 3 points behind Frank Lampard's men as the next round of the fixtures reconvene on the weekend. Bruno Fernandes is Newcastle's choice for man of the match. He's had a terrific night, I have to say, Bruno. Caused the possible knockout blow. Oh, what is it? It might not be the knockout. Oh, what a tackle! What a tackle from Burnley as Kovacic was about to pull the trigger inside the area. This was class defending. Lovely dummy, lovely ball round the corner from Giroud. But look at Barry getting back there. And this is what you call putting bodies on the line. Kovacic is thinking, right, I'm going to score here, pull one back. But Eric Bailly had other ideas, got back and blocked it. That was a tremendous tackle and a tremendous block by the Manchester United defender. Kovacic has injured himself as well in all of that. And Chelsea have used all 3 of their substitutes. If they lose Kovacic, they go down to 10 men automatically. This is not looking good for Frank Lampard. Already without Ruben Loftus-Cheek, already without N'Golo Kante, and already without Tammy Abraham. He's got an injury crisis on at the moment as William comes in with a corner which is completely and utterly feeble. Here's Reece James now for Chelsea. Kovacic is okay, by the way. He's just run off that. Little injury he had earlier. He's running a bit more freer now. Here's Martial in possession of United. 2 goals up, and you think now at this stage, now as we go into the final quarter of the game, surely they can't lose it from here on in. But 2-0, as some people have said, is a dangerous lead. But United have defended magnificently. They defended like their lives have depended on it tonight, and I've been very impressed with Harry Maguire especially, and Eric Bailly, who's coming for a lot of stick over the last couple of years, as Daniel James makes a terrific break and he wins a corner off Rudiger. And here we go, Manchester United. Can they steal a third and just make the game absolute? A third United goal will surely kill Chelsea off good and proper. Mr. Maguire's forward, the captain supreme. A third one here. Fred is going to take it from the far side. Bailly and Maguire both forward from the back. Referee just making sure that they're not pushing or jostling as the corner will come in. Far side. Fred will take it left-footed. In it goes. In swinging corner. That's quite only half away. Will Williams try the shot left-footed? No, he doesn't. He was a left-footed pass straight in the path of Giroud, and Bruno Fernandes has gone down in a right old heap. And he wanted a free kick which wasn't coming from Mr. Taylor. William, meanwhile, has been fouled by Brandon Williams on the near side. And there's going to be, and again, more sorting out for Mr. Taylor to do from Wittenshaw to sort out. Making it quite clear to Bruno Fernandes he didn't see anything, which has not gone down too well with the Manchester United new signing. Quarter of an hour to go, 75 played, and yellow card's been shown. Who's he shown it to? Brandon Williams for the challenge, I think. Yes, it was a challenge there on William. He had to take him out there. It's called professional foul. He knew what he was doing, but it's called in the game, in the trade, taking one for the team. Inside the last quarter hour. And it's been a chasing in night for Chelsea Football Club. Our Champions League dream is dangling by a thread. It all depend on the appeal that Manchester City are going to appeal against UEFA for, because they've been, as things stand, expelled from the European Cup or any competition run by UEFA for the next 2 seasons as things stand at the moment. So 5th place would be enough for a Champions League place. But here comes the question. Oh, it's in! Giroud inside the penalty area. This is what Chelsea should have done in the first place. He should have started. And then Giroud should have started. And Azpilicueta did the magic down the near side. Reece James playing the ball in. The first time United didn't pick him up. This made some mount, in fact. Here's the cross. Oh, now then. This might be a tight decision. It's gone to VAR. And I think, well, we had controversy at Wolves, and I don't think this is going to be a good decision. I think Chelsea might just have a goal ruled out here. I think his toe is offside, and if it is, I think that's very, very unlucky. Those are the rules. I'll say it again. I think to disallow a goal with a foot offside, I think is very, very dubious. No goal. It's happened again. That's 2 goals in 4 days that have been chalked off for very, very marginal offside decisions. I have to say that is rather tough luck on Giroud. But that's the rules, I'm afraid. I said what I needed to say about all that on Friday. Anyway, they need to sort out this offside law. That didn't look as clear and obvious to me. But there we go. That's VAR for you. That's why it's in place. But to have goals like that disallowed, it just stinks for me. Anyway, but that's it. And Anthony Taylor's got some more sorting out on Wan-Bissaka, and who's it? Azpilicueta involved, is it? Yellow card is being brandished. I think it might have been Wan-Bissaka. I'm surprised there's nobody been sent off here, because the tempers have been so frayed at certain points. There's been flash points and free-for-alls and all sorts of things. Azpilicueta pulling back, and then Wan-Bissaka retaliated, and it almost became an absolute free-for-all. I think both players have been booked. Wan-Bissaka's certainly got a yellow card. That has been confirmed. Has Azpilicueta been booked as well? I would be amazed if he hasn't been booked. They were both as guilty as one another, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't think he got away with it there, Azpilicueta. I can't see what that... Anyway, doesn't matter anyway. It is the correct decision in principle, but then again, it's the spirit of the game, and I keep harping back to the spirit of the game. When are we going to see correct decisions happen like that? Anyway, Dan James is coming off, and Ander Pereira is going to come on. Thank you for that, Russ. Also commentating for Hospital Radio, but he's also dubbing up as my Mo as well here at Stamford Bridge, and doing a fine job, I must say. There's also a very valued member of our commentary team, and hopefully he'll be with us for the European Championships, and hopefully we'll have Chris Whiteman back on the line well in time for those championships, which take place of course in June, and we'll be all across that within reason during the summer on the JB Kite YouTube channel, as well as cricket, live cricket from the 100 and the 2020 Blast as well. And we've got summer sport to come, a few Formula 1 races as well, and stuff like that. Don't forget to leave a like if you do, and subscribe to the channel with a notification bell as Mount tries the shot. Comes to Reece James now. Chelsea have 10 minutes to save themselves. As James comes forward again. This is Reece James, that is. Maguire stopped him. Well done. He's had a great match tonight, Harry Maguire. Captain's performance for Manchester United. Here's Willian now. Edge of the penalty area. Can Chelsea find something? That's a poor ball from Willian. He's played a few bad balls over the last course of the season. Yeah, course of the game. Oh, you'll be back. Well, I want you back before the Euros, Ross. You're still hot property for me at the moment. And we need you in fine fennel before then as well. 9 minutes to go. We've played nearly 81 minutes of the game. Just to remind you that Harry Maguire is winning the man of the match vote with 2 votes, and there's a vote for James, both 1 vote each for both Reece and Daniel James, and a vote for, I forget now who else voted as well. I think absolutely Bruno Fernandes, that's the one. Well, when you're old enough, Bukato, you can have, and I move on to pastures new, because I won't be, this channel will not go on. You can have my channel and you can be the top commentator once I move on. Yeah, it's Fernandes. Yeah, I've got the laptop on, so I'm seeing the comments on the laptop as opposed to the PlayStation 4, so got the laptop with me tonight at Stamford Bridge. I've got all the equipment. Anyway, here comes the corner. William from the far side into the area again. Maguire with the head up. And here comes the shot. And there's also almost pinball machine inside the penalty area. Kovacic trying another shot on the edge of the area, light footed. It's well charged away. Now William has it on the far side. The original corner taker in towards Aspilicueta. Gets his shot off, but De Gea holds on to it well at the near post. It was a scub shot anyway by Aspilicueta, and now an injury here, and this is what shows Pedro's gone down, presumably with cramp. Whoever wins man of the match gets 50 Trevor bonds compared to 300 grand a week. I think 50 Trevor bonds, hate to say it, Trev, are worthless. No, they're not worthless. I was quite happy to win 500 Trevor bonds on the Goal of the World competition on Trevor Sports. Don't forget, Trevor Sports does a great channel. He's back with the Six Nations grandstand on Saturday, and his channel will be going live on Saturday. So I believe. I hope Trevor Sports is okay. Remember, Chelsea have got no substitutes left. They used all 3. 2 were reinforced. 1 was in the first half. 1 was at half time. And of course, they brought on Giroud. And if they do have to get Pedro off, then I'm afraid it's going to be an even worse night. This was Wan-Bissaka here, whipping it in. That's the first goal. Goalkeeper badly positioned, and then the second goal, a terrific corner from Bruno Fernandes, and a bullet header. This is what you come to expect from Harry Maguire. Look at that. Look what it means to him. Oh, he knows it. And look at the rest of the team there. They know what it means as well. It's been absolutely superb. Absolutely. If you're a Manchester United fan, this is 7th heaven stuff, this. Chelsea no, Manchester United 2. They've got a big game coming up in the FA Cup against Liverpool in just over 2 weeks' time. And that'll be a game that we'll be covering live on the JB Carrot YouTube channel, along with Sheffield Wednesday and Manchester City, of course, and a couple of other ties that me and Russ will be hopefully flipping over for you. 6 minutes plus stoppage time to play. Chelsea 0, Manchester United 2. And a really good away win this for Manchester United if they could just hold on to what they got. Maguire plays a free kick. It's gone way out of play in the no man's land. And part of the Stamford Bridge ground is emptying as I speak. There are people leaving in their droves. I can see all around the stadium, Chelsea fans down the exits, but it's good to see United fans actually and it's getting behind the team and really cheering. These are the really good Manchester United fans, and Giroud is furious now. He's fouled a man, and I'm surprised. I'll be amazed if Anthony Taylor doesn't get the book out here. And Giroud and Matic having a little bit of an argument here. Oh, thanks very much, Nuket, and that's really sweet of you. Thank you very much. 5 minutes to go here, and I've just seen a picture of Frank Lampard down below me, currently in a forlorn figure. Look at this, some of the one or two Chelsea fans were thinking, why are we bothered? May 2016 was the last time they were winless in 4 straight Premier League matches. They've drawn 2 and lost 1 in their previous 3 games. It's not looking good for Chelsea at the moment. United in complete control of this football match. I've just got over 4 minutes to see it out. And This has been a remarkable performance. And I just want to say, while we're on the subject of Russ's commentaries, Russ does a magnificent commentate. It's a terrific commentary. He's a terrific commentator of his own esteem, and he does enjoy it. And he had when he did the Sheffield United game with Mike Harneman, if Mike's on tonight, good evening, Mike. I'm sorry you didn't get the job. He went for a job interview, sadly didn't get it, but I wish you well anyway. Him and Mike made a great double act, but one YouTuber would just break off for a second because Shaw is just battling with Bout inside the penalty area. United, it's a throw-in. We'll just see this one out. Still Harry Maguire leading in the man of the match vote. It's been a good night so far for Manchester United. AC Milan 1, Torino 0. That's a result. Chelmsford 2, Tonbridge Angels 1. That's also a result as the cross comes in. It's a corner. Aspilicueta hitting it off a United defender. It will be a corner. Zuma, who scored one goal, which was chalked off, he's in there as that corner comes in towards the near post. And the header one inside the area. Can Chelsea get one back here? It comes to Pedro, who shoots right-footed, hits the defender, and goes away for a corner to Chelsea. And now Reece James to take the corner. And then what can James do here? Right-footed. That's not on the quadrant as well as I can make out. I think players need to start wising up. Oh, dear me, that was a bit of a high foot there by Bruno Fernandes. And maybe the book is going to come out again. Anthony Taylor just being calm here. United players trying to influence the decision. Fernandes is offering players. He's also in the running for our Man of the Match award. Well, he gets the ball. James obviously ducked in. It was an high foot, but I don't think there's any other. It is a free kick. I'm not sure if it's a yellow card. I didn't say yellow card brandished. Looking at a replay of it. Anyway, free kick. In fact, it finished for Chelmsford 3, Tonbridge Angels 1, in fact. United preparing another substitute. 88 minutes gone, 2 minutes to pause the end of the game. Chelsea need 2 goals and a snooker, and not many minutes to do it. Reece James going to leave it here. Mount with the free kick. In towards the near post, and they've hit the bottom of the post. Well, both teams have hit the woodwork, and De Gea has hurt himself. May have collided with the post as well. And Chelsea are not being... Well, United... Well, the referee quite rightly has stopped it. And it did hit the ball, hit the post, but De Gea tried to stop it. It's hurt his shoulder. Now, this could be a blow for Manchester United here. They do have Romero on the bench. Well, I'm just having a look here. There's the free kick. It's a great free kick, this, from Mason Mount. It hits the near post. Yeah, it collides there. And this could well be the end of David De Gea's night. It does not look good. When goalkeepers hurt their shoulders, it's always a worrying sign. I remember Tom Heaton, well, Carlo may not be able to make his Manchester United debut here. Unless David De Gea can play out the remaining few moments. They're just massaging the shoulder here. Well, they are making that change, United. So Carlo is going to make his Premier League bow, albeit for a few moments. So I'm very confident that De Gea will play on for the remainder. That was an almighty crack he took there with the shoulder. I don't know why they don't put shoulder pads on the goalkeepers' jerseys anymore. We're into with 5 added minutes at the end of the game, but just to remind you, the man of the match is closed, and I can announce that the JB man of the match this evening is Manchester United's Harry Maguire. By virtue, he got more votes than everyone else. Harry Maguire, our man of the match. Five added minutes, and United then can start celebrating a huge 3 points to get their season well and truly on track again. Champions League football, still in the FA Cup and the Europa League, so the season's not done and dusted yet for United. Still a lot to play for them, and of course winning the Europa League gives you a Champions League place as well, an automatic Champions League group place should you win the Europa League. provided you've not qualified for the Champions League through the league. Anyway, here's Bruno Fernandes. Has had a marvellous game today. Very unlucky to be edged out early by Maguire, but Maguire's shown that leadership. We're going to see Fernandes off and Dalot on as the substitution is now taking place as Russ nominated. United just running down the clock, but they've earned that right tonight, by the way. Bruno is the cry, and he certainly helped land a knockout blow to Chelsea tonight, taking the corner which led to their second goal, scored beautifully by Harry Maguire. Kovacic now in possession from the throw-in. Chelsea need 3 minutes. I've got 3 minutes to find 2 goals from somewhere to even claim a point. Surely they can't win it at this stage of the game. It's too late in the game to score 3 in as many minutes. It just looks highly improbable and highly impractical. United have been so good in possession. They put on a real professional performance tonight, and that is a favour in Solskjaer's cup. Remember, we saw them win at Manchester City in that Manchester derby we covered earlier on this season, and that was a terrific victory in themselves. Here's Fred into the area, chance here for 3. Oh, and he almost was. Igalo with his first touch, denied by Caballero 101, and what an introduction to English football that might have been for Igalo. Should have been 3-0. Here's Pereira now on to Fred. Stamford Bridge, I have to report, he's half empty. And Pereira now keeps it in by the near side. Now finds Fred. Near side again. We've still got a couple of minutes. 2 minutes 10 of stoppage time to go. Time running out for Chelsea. It's been a magnificent performance from Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka, probably his best game in the United shirt by a mile tonight. United right back, I feel, in the Champions League hunt. Remember, they've still got the Europa League and the FA Cup to go at, and they can still get into Europe via those routes as well, but they want to do it, of course, for the league as well. And I tell you what, if they play like that in Europe, then they're capable of winning the Europa League, United. I don't think there's much doubt about that. Here's Reece James now for Chelsea. 2-0 down. 90 seconds or so to go of stoppage time, and it's just a case of dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and Manchester United seen out this result here at Stamford Bridge, a result they completely earned, and yeah, I would agree with that. I think Maguire has had a magnificent game, and here he is again, cool as personified. Dummies, the Chelsea player, hooks it out for a throw-in, and that's good safety first defending. I have to say, Maguire has had, he's performed magnificently. Man of the match in my eyes. He's played magnificently, absolutely superb. Here's Willian now for Chelsea. 2-1 down, 2-0 down. Sorry, remember Chelsea did have two goals disallowed. Thanks, Newcaton. Enjoy it. Have a little celebration when you're on the sleep tonight. Have a nice Coke to celebrate. You're too old yet, you're too young yet to drink, but to drink alcohol. But have a nice little Robinson's orange juice to celebrate. Anyway, 10 seconds of stoppage time remaining, and thank you very much, Newcaton, and thank you for saying that I'm the best YouTuber in all the world. It means a lot. Last minute now, last seconds. Anthony Taylor about to blow his whistle now. We're in time added on. At the end of the time added on. Taylor about to blow now. Chelsea in possession. They might allow this attack now. Willian. This will be the last attack. Willian now into the penalty area. Chelsea can't win the game, but they might try and pull back a consolation through Mount. Deflects away. And the final whistle goes. And Manchester United have won the game. And have won it very comfortably in the end. Goals either side of our time. First from Martial. Then in the second half, Harry Maguire. And Manchester United move 1 point behind Sheffield United. They move up 2 places to 7th. Chelsea stays 4th on 41, but the gap now between them and Manchester United is 3 points. The Champions League places are well and truly up for grabs, and Sheffield United, I'm pleased to say, are well in the mix as well. But what a great performance from Manchester United. The perfect away performance, and what a captain's performance Harry Maguire put on as well this evening. It's finished here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Manchester United 2. What a game. What a match. And thank you very much, Panini. Martial and Maguire, 45 and 66 minutes. I hope you very much enjoyed our commentary tonight. We're going to go now, but thank you very much. We'll be back on Wednesday for that European Cup game between Tottenham Hotspur and Red Bull Leipzig in the first leg of the round of 16 of the Champions League. That's our next live football. I'll be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for that one for you. But here at Stamford Bridge tonight, it's been a magnificent away performance from Chelsea. From Manchester United, took Chelsea to the sword. VAR again, wiped off 2 Chelsea goals, but United took their chances and took them so well. The Champions League plot thickens a bit more here at Stamford Bridge tonight. Manchester United the winners. I hope you very much enjoyed the game. Thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you all again on Wednesday night for Tottenham against Red Bull Leipzig. From me, JB, at Stamford Bridge, on a night where Manchester United truly came of age, it's good night to you all, as United still celebrate on the field. Final score at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 0, Manchester United 2. Good night to you all. Good night, folks. Well done.